why I can't lose weight. Weight. Welcome to our first podcast YouTube episode here on this channel. I'm so thankful that you're being here, and I wanted to say first of all, if you have got a bestie who is struggling with this topic, send her the link. If you beat the channel, don't block the energy. So happy to be here. Today we want to talk about the weight loss myths and why you can't lose the weight. So first of all, maybe you heard quotes like, oh, you have to train out more, oh, you have to eat healthy, oh, and you have to get your 8 hours of sleep. First of all, I wanted to say that these quotes are important. Of course they are, because if you're tired as fuck, you will not go to the gym on a regular basis, because when you're not done the sports before, you have got the belief system that when you are doing sport, you will get tired. That's not the truth, but maybe you think this could be the truth. So you will avoid, and your body will avoid everything which causes you more tiredness. So this is the first important step. But coming back to this topic of why you can't lose the weight, even when you're looking at your nutrition, even when you're working out, even when you're doing everything perfect. So the question I want to ask you is this. Are you in love with this road? Are you in love with your body when you're doing this? Because it's more important what you think when you're doing something than doing something. What do I mean? When you think, oh, I have to go to the gym, I have to doing sport because I ate too much and I have to punish myself because of this. I was not good enough. I did not well. Oh my God, why did I blah, blah, blah. Okay? All of these thoughts. When you're thinking this, your body produces stress hormones because, of course, why not? You are in a huge stress situation, because when you punish yourself, it could feel like you punish a different person. It could feel like someone is punishing you. And imagine you're sitting in a room and someone walks to you and said, oh, you did not well, you are a loser, you're lazy, you're not perfect, oh, why did you do something like this? Okay? You would be shocked. You would be like, oh my God, first of all, what is this for a person? This is so rude. And second, you will think about yourself if you not have the confidence to stand up tall and just breathe through this situation. So with that in mind, I'm just asking you, how many times at your day are you punishing yourself? How many times in the day are you criticizing yourself? How many times you are tired because maybe you're a mother or you're just working 8 hours a day and you did 1 hour to the work and 1 hour away from it to your home again, and you want to have the perfect relationship and you want to have the perfect body and your thoughts are all over the place. Okay, so of course you are tired when something like this is happening in your brain. And on Instagram there was a trend which were like, okay, I tried to manage my body, my finances, my relationship, my life, my depression, and there were 5 or 6 different songs layered on each one. So you hear 6 different songs at the same time, okay? And when you look at this reel, I was so exhausted when I just only look at this reel. I can't imagine how this life could feel if you actually live it by that. So, first of all, it's completely okay when you are tired. So the first thing I did on my personal weight loss journey, I implement the belief system when I go to sports, I have more energy after the sport. I have more energy after the gym. Why is that so? Because when I'm tired, I had a long day, I had so many meetings and so many things in my head. Of course, I want to go to the couch. Of course, I want to go to the bed if there is the belief system that sports will cost me an extra amount of energy which I did not have. So it is logical human sense that you don't want to do it then. So this was the first point. That means, how did I done this? When I hit the gym and I feel afterward better and more energized and happier and like I'm so happy to get it done, okay? I tell it myself every day, oh my god, after sports I'm so energized, I'm so happy, I'm so thankful that I get it done. So because I want to implement it, and the years before this point I had a whole different story in my head. So of course it takes time to implement it. But what I found out after 2 or 3 months of doing this is that when I'm tired, I'm not want to go to bed, I want to hit the gym. Because my system thought that when I go to gym I have more energy, and this is what I wanted. So going to gym and working out is not that punishment for me. It's something for my body, not against my body. It's not for destroying me because I was bad. It's for is for doing the best for me. Okay, and this makes a whole different kind of energy, and it's a whole other experience. So think about it. When you have a day full of things you love, okay, what would that be for a feeling? You would be thankful, you would be in love, you would be happy, you would be energized. So, but think about the same day with the same things, and you were just like, oh my god, I have so much things to do. You would be tired even if you are just in this moment, even your rank, your you know what I mean, makes in this moment, okay, and you stand up out of bed. So this is the first thing I wanted to share with you, because you know my story. I was 8 years ago in a binge eating disorder, and nobody Nobody trusted me when I said, okay, I will heal this disorder, okay? Everyone was like, okay, you can't do this, you will have it your whole life, blah, 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 blah. But I was like, okay, but I don't want to have this illness all my life with me. And when I learned so many things about disorders, especially about binge eating disorders, I found out that these disorders are just like your best friend, okay? It's not your enemy. So many women out there wants to fight against their body, wants to fight against the disorder, but it's not your enemy, it's your friend. Disorder wants to support you. The question now is, why do I need a disorder to support my life in order to survive and to live in my nowadays? This is the first question. And 7 or 8 years ago, I was like, okay, this disorder helped me with my criticism, because when I was like, okay, I got this disorder, everyone was like a little bit more calm to me and a little bit more humble and a little bit more of okay, you can take your time, okay, it's all right. And I was in a place where I want to prove myself so bad, because I thought I'm not enough, I do not enough, I have not enough, and I wanted to change the world outside of me that this is not the truth. I worked so hard, I worked my ass off, and I wanted to show the world that I'm not lazy, because this was some years ago a huge wound of mine, okay, to be lazy, to be lean back, to receive all of this feminine stuff. Because let's be real, I had a big mother wound, because when I thought about the feminine side of life, I thought about her, and this was the reason why I can't connect to this feminine side, because I was so angry. I was so frustrated with her. I was so scared and was so it was so hard to let all of these feelings go to grown up that early, okay? And this, when you have got problems with your femininity, just ask yourself, okay, when I'm just closing my eyes and thinking about femininity, what are the first impressions I get? Do you get a wonderful woman which is like standing on a big stones with wavy hair, and the and the wind is blowing her hair, and she was like, oh my god, yeah. And after this, do you think you could be this woman, or is this a picture you don't want to have in your life? Maybe you saw your mother as well. Maybe you saw femininity as weak, as lazy, as ill, as not something to achieve, because you learned that femininity is not the way how you get something in life. It's not that everyone appreciate a feminine being. Think about our society. When you think about how they behave mothers with little children, and I'm not talking about the pregnant mothers, these are a little bit different, but about mothers with little child. They have to work, their child get compared all the time without questioning and without questioning mother if I am allowed to compare her child. So this is a whole different aspect of this journey. Okay, we'll come back to it in another episode. So coming back to the topic of body and about stress and about do you love your way. So many women out there are ashamed of their sexuality, are ashamed of their body, and hated their body. Okay, they hate them so much. And it breaks my heart because, honest question, here and now, just ask yourself, what would you do without your body? Nothing, nothing. I was so, and you are so unthankful as fuck. Really, that is so true. But it's not because you are an unthankful person. It's because your trauma and your negative emotions and your stress hormones in your bodies are so high that you are in a survival mode, okay? You're in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. You have to deal with life like life is your worst enemy. And of course, when you're looking at your body like something to fix, and when you're looking at your weight as something to fix, and when you're looking at your eating disorder as something to fix, it's first of all, a very masculine energy. But second of all, it's so much work to do. It's so much work to do. I was shocked when I get this epiphany in my head that holy shit, when you want to do all of this at the same time, oh my god, without an hour, I would be so tired that I couldn't move anywhere else. As now to the gym. Years ago, I could only be in my bed. I swear to you, that would be so exhausting when I have these to-do lists and I would tell myself that I have to do it right now, today, and I can't use the leverage effect and I can't use the tipping point for my life. So, back then, I had an extremely huge stress hormone cocktail in my body. I found out that that your eating disorders are your friend. They want to support you. The question is, now you know. So that means that you can't heal your disorder or you can't lose the weight because of your immense stress and trauma in your body. Because trauma tend to stay in your body when the energy is moved. What does that mean? When you are in fear, you getting scared, okay? The first reaction you have is maybe you want to fight or you want to flight. So you want to leave the situation. But what happened when you learn as a small child that you can't move out of the situation, okay? So maybe you were at your grandma's house and your grandma told you just take another bite and you were like, oh no, I don't want another bite, thank you. And she makes a drama and said, oh, what, you kid, just take it, it's not that much, just eat a little bit more and then the plate is empty. What do you learn about this experience? You learn that your words doesn't matter. You have no power. You learn that you are a helpless victim in this moment because it is boundary crossing when someone said to you, oh, you could eat that. it's not that much, because what I heard, what I hear when I get this in mind is someone wants to tell me what I'm feeling, what my body feels like, what my body said. This, by the way, is a very funny story, because what do the diet industry wants to sell us? That someone else knows better what your body needs than you. But this is so boundary crossing here. I don't know if this is the right word, but you're getting the image and you know what I want to say. Because imagine you have a red dress and you love this red dress, okay? And you just put it on and you just feeling like you would be the biggest queen on the world, okay? And someone came to you and said, oh no, you should wear it in blue. And I'm just like, okay, no, but I love the color red. Red is my favorite color. And he's like, no. Blue is your favorite color. Do it like that. And when you're a little child, you are like, especially when this is an important person for you, you tend to think, oh, maybe he is right. Maybe the thought I had or the feeling I had was wrong, because when this important authority person, this is, by the way, a huge thing why so many people have problems with authority, especially in business. When this authority tells me that I am wrong, that my feelings are wrong, and that I have to change something, maybe I do. And then what happened? You don't love the color blue. And then you just put on a dress, and yeah, maybe you think it's good, it's nice. But we all know what the word nice means, especially when you compare it to the word it's love, okay? So the same with eating habits. So, and just ask yourself, did you have such moments with your mother or your father or your grandma or your friend, or you were like, when I was younger, my father always told us, oh, it has a 20% discounted, so it's better. And I was like, I don't like it when it had a 20% discount. I like to pay for my food good money, because first things first, the farmers have to pay their bills too. They are happy when they get enough money to pay their bills and treat their animals and treat their vegetables and their plants very well. I don't want food which is so full of poison that I'm just eating plastic, or I could drink the poison instead of eating this carrot. I don't want that. It don't matter if I have a 20% discount with that. So, going back again to this whole question about your body. So, maybe you thought, oh my god, I'm fucked. What should I do? The first thing you have to do, and this is the most difficult thing to do, is to do less of the stuff which don't support you. What do I mean with that? You could do less of the hard training and just doing more of these little wobbling exercises. It's like when you're putting your baby to sleep, you do this with your body too, or you're doing this. This is so perfect that we have now a video, because your nervous system, especially your parasympathicus, turn in, and you get in the zone of, oh, I can calm down. And first of all, you can only burn your fat, and you can only establish a moment of building new cells and building new body parts, not in the gecko way, like, oh, just cutting the schwanz and the gecko is running away. So it's important that you notice that when you are in a high state of survival, in a high state of stress hormones in your body can't lose the weight you have. Because first of all, you need the parasympathicus for that. You have to be in the state of building new things, of building the things you don't want down. And this you cannot do when you are running all the time. And this is what your body wants to do when you are in a high stress pattern. So the next thing you can do is looking for an movement which you can love and you can enjoy. Why? Because otherwise, when you're just doing like, okay, I want to go to the gym because I want to lose weight, this is an extra amount of stress. But think about, oh, I would like to go on a walk with my dog. Perfect. If you're like, oh, I want to make my garden beauty. Perfect. Oh, I want to go in the city and just going on a window shopping and just looking around and trying new things on and just feel the emotion of, oh, I love it. Perfect. This would be perfect. And yeah, I know that there are so many women out there who are like now, oh, but I don't do enough to lose weight. And this is such a huge thing for you, okay? Which I tell you now. You didn't get this weight within one day. And you will not lose it in one day. This is such an epiphany why we are looking for how we could do it the fastest way. But what would be when you're looking at this journey like, how can I do the funniest way, the happiest way, the easiest way, the most adventurous way? Because here is what I learned from Manifestation Babe, and I was shocked when I heard this science behind it. When you say you want to have something, it's important for you. And I know that there are so many motivation books out there which told you, oh, your goals have to be that important like air. But what happens in your body when you have goals which are important like air? They are going like a huge fire into the fight or flight, high adrenaline survival mode. The body instant goes into the survival mode, and your nervous system switched into the sympathicus, and your body wants to run to survive. But what did we learn? Can't the body do when you are in the survival mode? Give something like fat away, because it's so important to have it in your body when you have to survive. It's so logical sense, because when you think about it, when you are back in 2,000, 3,000 years ago, when you are in a difficult situation and you are in a danger, you need every resource you get. it doesn't matter if it's fat or muscle or protein or carbon, I don't know what is the right word. I said sugar. It doesn't matter because the body has to survive. That's the first important thing to do. So when you just looking at your body like that and about your story like that, it's so logical that you didn't lose the weight till now because it was so important that your body says, oh my god, we have to survive in order to do it like that. It's impressive which exact tool your body is. So going back, think about how the journey could be more fun, could be more aesthetic, could be more happy, could be more adventurous, could be more easy. Think about what values are important for your way. For my way, it was I know that I love an aesthetic environment. So I asked myself, how can I do the weight loss journey? Because I felt that I'm not in this, that this body is mine, but it's like when you have got a butterfly and you are in a cocoon, okay? I know that in this body there's so much more of my energy and I feel it so deep in me. So I wanted to lose some weight. And going back to this journey, I knew that aesthetic is a huge important point for me. So instead of asking, oh, how can I save some of the calories, how can I save the best amount of time, blah 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 blah, I was asking myself, how can I do this journey on a more aesthetic way? So I started to make my food so aesthetic. I want to take pictures all of the time, okay? I'm looking for a gym where I wanted to just chill there. And then when I'm just chilling there, I'm just like, okay, now I could go for a training because I'm here now. So maybe you have got different values as me. So ask yourself, which values do you love the most? How your way could bring success to you. So maybe you want a more adventurous way, so then you go kayaking or climbing or something like that, and you're just looking for a group which is climbing every Saturday evening. I don't know. Be creative, find your own truth, find your own way. This is so important, but don't do it in this, oh my god, it's so important, I can't breathe till I reach that goal, because you feel in this podcast or in this YouTube episode that these factors are heavy. And maybe you heard about the law of attraction. I don't know if this is the right word, but you know the law of same. It's looking for the same things. So when your body is heavy because of all your thoughts and troubles and all of your pain and all of these, oh, I'm tired moment, what for a life will you get when you do it like that? So it's a different story if you go to the gym and you don't like it and you do it because you love yourself, because you know it will help you, or because you want to punish you. So this is what I wanted to share about why you didn't lose the weight till now. This is what I wanted to share with you about my story. I'm happy that you're here. Share your biggest aha moment. Share if you shared the story with your bestie. We all have some bestie who had got trouble with her body, and I'm so happy that you were here. So say goodbye.